Hey everybody, it's Brian Hussar here. We now have the final single release, pre-release single of the Abbey Road box set. We have the new 2019 mix of Come Together, and we have Take 5 of Come Together. I'm going to be talking about them both. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, and I said it when they made the announcement, I didn't know how I felt about Abbey Road. Abbey Road's a great album. Abbey Road's a great album, but I was more excited for the White Album last year. And I was definitely excited for the 2017 Sgt. Pepper. I don't know why this underwhelmed me to begin with. Maybe because we've gotten so much on Beatle overload, which is not a bad thing. But it seems like we just got the White Album last year. But with the new 2019 mixes that they are issuing, like they did Something, they did Oh Darling, now Come Together, another iconic song, I'm getting excited. I'm really getting excited. One of the great things about hearing Take 5 of Come Together is hearing John work on the vocal, and also how humorous he's being in the outro. The backing track, the band is tight. The great thing about when you hear Take 5 already, the band is tight. McCartney doing his simple but effective bass playing on that, and Ringo on the drums. So one of the things I love about that is how tight the band is, and what a great time John is having developing his vocal phrasing for this. Now the 2019 mix of Come Together, as soon as it was released, I got a lot of text messages immediately from people that I know, Beatle fans that I know, immediately. Brian, stereo drums! Brian, check out the drums! Brian, Giles created a stereo drum track! If you guys have been watching my channel, you know I talk about that all the time, that I kind of hope he's able to create a stereo drum track. He did it on Sexy Sadie on the White Album, and nobody's talked about that. He did a little bit of it on Sgt. Pepper. The drum fill on With a Little Help from My Friends has a little, just tad bit of ding, 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 back and forth. But here, he creates a stereo drum track, and it's obvious on the toms. They are panned throughout the stereo channel as if it was a stereo drum track. So immediately, you had me hooked with that stereo drum track. I've wanted that for so long, because I've always said during that time frame, you started getting stereo tracks. And heck, even Get Back and Don't Let Me Down have stereo tracks, stereo drum tracks. I like how present the rhythm guitars are on this version. And of course, the backing vocal, which some people debate if it's John or Paul, I think it's Paul and John on the Come Togethers is what I think it is. I think, because it sounds like Paul, and there's an isolated track floating around on YouTube where you definitely hear it being Paul. But whatever. The backing vocal is a bit more subtle. You do hear it though, but the vocal at the end with the Come Together, the double tracking is much more prominent for some reason. And a little surprise, and I don't know how this is going to go down with fans, alternate ad-libs in the fade out. Me, I didn't mind that. I thought that was a nice surprise. Would they have been there? Anyways, I don't know. But the alternate ad-libs, that may be questionable. The moan that John does is still there, but there's a bit over it too now. Don't know why. Doesn't bother me, but it may bother some. So I hope it doesn't bother people. But overall, the 2019 mix is very good. A very good mix. Giles had a bit more fun with this one, but still, what I love about his mixes that he's doing is that he's keeping them as pure as he can. He's not doing anything that would be out of the ordinary, except maybe that stereo drum track, which to me is no big deal. I think of the period back then, you started getting stereo drum tracks. Heck, in 1970, Plastic Ono Band, you hear Ringo spread on the stereo channel in all of his glory. It Don't Come Easy, Ringo spread on the stereo channel in all of his drumming glory. And as a drummer, I love stereo drum tracks during this whole period of late 60s, early 70s. Not to get too far off the topic here, but I think the best stereo drum tracks are Stevie Wonder's on his albums. That's a different story, but go ahead and look up how his engineers, Robert Margolif and Malcolm Cecil, panned his drums to reflect a point of view version, as if you were sitting behind the kit. But Ringo, on the other hand, you listen to the drums on Don't Come Easy and the Plastic Ono Band album, Come Together sounds just like those stereo drum tracks. Don't know how Giles did it, but that's something I'm happy about. I can't wait to hear this new mix. I've pre-ordered both the CD box and the vinyl box. Don't ask me why. I didn't pre-order I didn't get the vinyl box of the White Album. I just got the standard double album of it. But I got the vinyl box on this one as well, but I'm probably going to be playing the CD the most. But I can't wait to hear the new mix. I can't wait to hear how they did the entire medley, how Giles did the entire medley on side 2. Can't wait to hear that. When I get my package, I'm going to give you my thoughts on it, and just keep your fingers crossed that I get it on Thursday. I ordered it from Bull Moose on the East Coast. They had the best price going. And once it comes, I will give you my thoughts on it. Till then, thank you all for watching. And if you like what you see here, please hit subscribe. Sometimes there's a lull because of family life, but I do try and make videos consistently. And as you can tell by my intro, I not only talk about the Beatles, I talk about movies and music in general as well, and physical media when I can. So thank you all. Thank you to my new subscribers, as I've just gotten some new subscribers. Thank you. And please stick around and bear with me. Be safe. I'll talk to you soon.